let's see. Where do we want to go?
I love the apathy of that dungeon. He's like, yeah, if you want it, come get it. I guess, whatever.
Do you want to wander into the 8th dungeon and then get really scared and leave?
Yeah. Let's just do it.
I love it how this is the 8th dungeon, because that's like a bush that you'd believably try to burn just to get through. Like, hey, maybe I can get to the other side. Burn that.
Right.
Whoa! Level 8 dungeon. Holy crap. I remember, so Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda because he liked this game so much.
Oh my god.
There was an interview with him when they were like, well, so what do you like about this game? He's like, well, I burned a bush and suddenly there's this massive elaborate dungeon. It was amazing. So this specifically. How crazy is it that they just gave you a boss as a regular ass encounter? Okay, you're not going to beat this, by the way. So don't waste any bombs or anything.
How the hell do I do it?
You had to bomb him.
Oh,
you
really?
bomb off his limbs, and yeah, it gets crazy. Or at least I remember doing that myself. But again, I beat this game and haven't played it since high school. And you're definitely not going to do it when they start you with 3 hearts.
Manic as I fight him.
The more you knock off his limbs, the more he starts panicking. And
yeah, that's really cool.
As you would.
Okay, well, to hell with this. Freaking Peahats.
Is that what they're called?
I think so.
Peahats. Do you remember how they showed up in Ocarina of Time and there were these big, massive, hulking behemoths? I sure remember
Ocarina?
that. Yeah, there was only one of them, but it would show up on Hyrule Field, the helicopter creatures. And they're massive, and it was like, I'm pretty sure this canonically makes the first Link the strongest one if he was able to casually take on rooms full of those.
I remember they were freaking huge in Wind Waker.
Oh yeah, you're right, they were massive in Wind Waker.
Meet the old man at the grave.
Scary. That's it. That's number 3.
I made a new recipe for curry bread.
Is it something that my code of ethics will permit me to eat?
Well, there's a little bit of egg.
Oh, I'm
but
fine
I know
with
that sometimes you're okay with egg.
While I'm sick, I've been eating eggs. I don't blame you.
Look at these guys. They're badasses.
Those are Darknuts. Do you remember the dog guys in the Wind Waker?
Yeah.
That's these men.
Oh, and I have to go sideways.
You have to hit them from the back or the side.
Yeah.
Just like in the Wind Waker.
And the Wind Waker people are going just like in this first
Bomb
Zelda.
the right. You gotta take these cues, Andrew. They give you a bomb, you gotta bomb the right wall.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a bombable wall. That's fun, isn't it? I think it's cool. I like it how it's like, okay, so the Zelda approach to problem solving, or puzzle solving rather, I don't know if it really counts as a puzzle if you're bombing through walls. And that's what I like about it. It's like, no, I will force it to work. So, what do you call it? Breath of the Wild? I will give it that in its credit, in that every time you solve something, it felt like you were breaking the thing. It was like, no, you hacked your way through, you know? Yeah. Breath of the Wild. It's like, okay, they want me to do this and that and that and that, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to get out all of my items and complete the circuit of electricity by just lining up all of my metal items in a way on the ground. That'll make the circuit so I don't have to go and do that thing. Like, that's the equivalent of, oh man, I could get around this. I'm going to bomb my way through the drywall,
I just can't escape this thing.
It's like Link's literally just like, hey, get through this area. Okay. And he gets out the spoon and starts digging into the wall. Good work. What, dude, you almost died there. Hold on. Wow. You just went straight for the Triforce. No, there's a hell of a lot more. You didn't even get the item. There's a raft in here.
Oh.
How crazy is that? Because again, like if you were playing this in the 80s or whatever,
that was the normal
you would
bad
have just
guy
been like,
in the other
did it.
game.
I beat level 2, and then they'd be like, how or 3. You're like, how am I supposed to proceed? How do I get the... Oh, you should have a raft by this point.
Yeah, I would have gone insane.
You call Nintendo Power Hotline, they'd be like, dude, what did you do?
Not only do you have to make a map for the entire dungeon, or the entire overworld, but you have to make an entire map for each dungeon.
Right. So
that you could go back and you could say, no, wait, we have to go... Wasn't there a thing? Did we actually go through everything in number 3?
Go left.
Well, that was nuts. I didn't even intend for it to be the boss because...
I know.
It was a mob in the other dungeon.
I wasn't even guiding you. You're just finding your way through. Kill all these dark nuts.
What, really?
All of them.
Must I?
They all have to die. Their nuts are too dark for this boy.
Yeah, was that like a weirdo translation or something for him?
I think it was supposed to be Dark Knights. Then they just accidentally wrote nuts.
Or
and they're
donuts?
like, no, we meant that. They're dark nuts.
They all had crucifixes on their shields, just like Link does. Yeah, but it's one thing to see a little boy with a crucifix.
This is before the Ilians were pagan heathens. They all knew of the true religion of Christ. Right? Well, now you got the thing. I guess. I mean, you could.
I got the raft.
You could go around like collecting keys, but I think that's it. Let's just get out of here. I mean, you could see a funny thing.
How would you feel if
Ooh, get the map. HBO. I wonder what this area... It's a swastika! Somebody call Kanye West. Ask him about what he did in the... Oh my god, it's that Hitler. That was my overreaction for
Somebody call Kanye West?
I don't know. I figured he'd know. He gets out his...
Snitch. Snitch on Zelda?
He gets out his magnifying glass. He's like, yes, this is one of the symbols that I approve of.
Let me inspect it directly.
Yeah, that's it. I've been watching the old Ed, Edd n Eddies.
Oh yeah,
just while I've been sick, I've been enjoying.
They're so funny. It was like one of the last of the real cartoons.
I think it was the last real cartoon. That was the last time that they were really hand drawing things and having characters that were expressive and stretched and stuff. Now it's all like, I mean, I'm not talking shit about Gumball or modern cartoons or whatever, because they're still funny, but they're not funny by virtue of the way that they look. Ed, Edd n Eddy was funny because they would make things look funny. It was like
they had a giant tongue and big old eyes, and they would break the fourth wall and do silly stuff, and
they'd like stretch and squish, and they'd get hit and their head would stretch out the side and all that. Convenient. Ooh, you have a raft. Ooh, unlock a secret island.
This is like the uranium vault. This place sucks.
Cannon. That's his most devious plan yet. I've made a dungeon out of nothing but uranium, Link. Why don't you go in there and get the secret artifact, you fucking asshole? It's just like... He goes to sheep. What do I do? Do I get some special anti-uranium armor? There is none of that.
Yeah.
What do you know what you just asked, Link? You're gonna die by the time you get to the second room. I'm surprised it hasn't blown the fuck up. It's a whole dungeon made of uranium.
No, what you would do is you would like command Melody like Medley, and she would go in the uranium vault for you.
And then she'd come out as like one of those anti-fairies.
Yeah, but it would be, whoa, I'm trapped.
Things get dark in this game. Whoa, he released bats. Oh my goodness.
There's walls I'm running into, by the way, like constantly.
You know what I bet they are is little rivers. Okay, use a candle or something. How do you make the rooms light up?
I don't know, screw it.
Oh jeez.
That thing's gotta die. If it has eyes, it must die.
So you want to kill all these dudes, because to the right, that door's gotta open. Can you get out your batarang? Or your boomerang, whatever, for the bats?
Probably.
That's why we call it the batarang, because Batman uses it? No, because we had a real bat problem, so we made these, and we just figured it out.
Don't eat my shield!
Oh, he's gonna eat your shield, alright. He ate your shield! He ate your shield.
I tried, I told him even not to.
Yeah, secrets. You got a ladder.
Secret ladder.
Oh man,
my lord.
You got hit so hard that you flew up a ladder. I like to think that he didn't find a ladder down there, that he just broke off a piece of one of the ladders that he was climbing. It's like, this is the item from this dungeon. No, Link, that's a part of the wall.
He's like, but I find it useful.
Now when you go to the left here, so you can just cross water. Watch this. Just walk over it.
Oh my lord.
How cool is that?
So cool.
Definitely wouldn't translate to 3D, but very cool in 2D. I guess go up. Yeah, I think it's a boss. Look out.
They're reusing bosses?
That's the mini boss, actually. He's not a boss. He's a red herring. You have to fight a big red herring.
I do?
It's a big flopping flounder of a herring.
Fight a big red herring.
Bunch of jumping jacks. The wall to the right, you can bomb. Then you don't have to fight this guy. Remember, he's a red herring. What's in here? Walk into the waterfall, why don't you? You go jump in a lake yourself.
Like Piccolo. You know, English is probably like his third language.
Could you imagine being a parent of a kid in the 80s with this game? You finding notes in your kid's bedroom. It's like, walk into the waterfall. Son, why are you... I want to remember.
Yeah, what?
They're just jumping around in their pajamas, kicking their legs out to the side. Yippee, yippee, yippee! Look
they do seem like pajamas.
They're pajama wranglers.
But I gotta...
You hear the sound of the elephant in the next room over? That's so cool. No. Why did they not have that be a staple for every Zelda game? They did that in the first one and never again. But if you listen,
they
you can hear he's like going from the room over. How cool!
You know, Ganon doing his organ is kind of like that.
That's true. Ganon's organ, it does get louder as you approach him. All right, do you want to maybe get fairies in the lake and come back here?
Yeah. Power. Nintendo power. That's
you are
something
playing
Genesis
with
doesn't have.
Right. They didn't have Nintendo power.
Fairy Titas.
Oh man, if only. What's up with all the Zelda games making... I shouldn't say this. Let's say big fat woman fairies. But I feel like that's a thing that you can't say these days. You have to be like, no, they're beautiful no matter what.
No. There have been a lot more ugly fairies in the Zelda franchise than there have been beautiful ones.
There's been like one beautiful fairy, and it was in Link to the Past, and then the rest have been like, what if it would be funny if we made them ugly?
Awful.
Look at your inventory with all those passive items you've accumulated with your power rings and your rafts and your ladders and the excellent.
Pretty cool.
Excellent.
Play with the analog.
I misremembered this game. I thought that the ladder and the raft were the same item. So like, yeah, you crossed the water with it, right?
I mean, it is kind of weird that they're not combined, because they seem to serve the same function to some degree.
I guess not from like a coding perspective, but
yeah.
But that's it.
Like
it's
they
not something
needed
that players
to
are
be
privy
two different
to.
items, exactly. But to us, it's like, what? Why?
Oh yeah, so I was saying about the brain fog thing. For a while I wasn't really sure. I thought I was over it, and I was trying to like convince myself that I did not have it. It's like, no, it's your imagination. And I don't know if I can even leave this joke in, but I thought to myself, no, you're not cognitively impaired. You just think that because you're.
Yeah.
Like, oh. But no, it really has been kind of a tricky thing to write. And I've noticed also that if I just focus...
It's a tricky thing to write all the time, and especially if you're ill.
Yeah, that's true, but it's just been... I've noticed it's been a little bit harder to string relations of ideas together and keep things straight. But again, it does seem to be getting better.
But that's like, it would be like chess. This is why it's like...
But dude, imagine a virus that makes you worse at chess. You know what that is? It's lowered your IQ. It's like I'm functionally stupider now. For the most part, I'm fine. And luckily I have a job that doesn't require me to be smart, you know? It's like I have a job where my requirements are I sit and wait for the workday to end.
I don't know where the hitbox is or what I'm trying to accomplish by hitting him.
And I haven't learned a damn thing from watching.
Go. Yeah, same.
There's no trial and error there. It's just like, keep stabbing until it works.
But I feel like if I was to face a dragon in real life, I wouldn't be like complaining that he wasn't in range and that my sword wasn't whatever. I would also
screaming,
just be flailing around.
Yeah. Excellent work, sir. You're chipping away through this game.